Hey there, guys. I got a couple more vintage toilet parts to show you. I don't know if I ever shot a video of this on my old channel or not, but I've had it for a long time. This is a new old stock, so it's brand new in the box. Kohler ballcock. I've never even hooked it up to anything. I don't want to break that. There we go. I must have taped that together. Well, let me see if I can cut that tape. Hang on. Okay, I got the tape off. So here's the valve. And this is, well, let's see. And this is not an anti-siphon ballcock. So it comes with a float rod, which, see, your float would screw onto there. And this end would go in here, but it won't because this screw is in the way. There. And then you adjust the length, then you tighten that screw down. You can see how when the float goes down, it raises the actual valve plunger inside. When the float goes up, the water level goes up, it actually forces the plunger down into a seal or a valve seat inside. And the tank water comes down this tube near the bottom of the tank, and it fills the tank. This yeah, it's got the old style gasket there for an old-fashioned metal supply tube. This gasket here is rock hard, so you'd have to replace that if you wanted to use this. And then this is the bowl refill tube. And it's just a soft copper tube with a fine thread on one end. And that goes in here. Very, very typical of pretty much all ballcocks from that time. Well, that doesn't want to screw in, but that would screw in. And then you would carefully bend this over to point in the overflow tube of the flush valve. And that's your refill tube. Pretty cool. Oh, there is something else in there. I don't know if that's a date or not. It might be. I think this Kohler was making this valve in the 60s and 50s, so it might be from 1960. And this is called a Kohler Aquatemp. And you can still buy versions of it today, although not from Kohler. But what this is it's basically a hot and cold mixing valve. Hot water comes in here from your hot water supply. Cold water comes in here from your cold water supply. And then this pipe here becomes your toilet tank supply. So this goes up to your toilet tank. There's a little cap here that you unscrew. You can see a screwdriver or a screw there. And if you turn that screw, it adjusts the hot and cold mixture. So the idea is when this is hooked up to your toilet, when your toilet tank fills, it's taking in a mixture of hot and cold water, and it mixes warm water to fill the toilet tank. And the reason you'd want to do that is to keep your toilet tank from sweating in the summertime. So there's a couple different things you can do to stop your toilet tank from sweating. One is to buy an insulated toilet. But if you didn't want to do that, or back when these were made in the 60s and 70s, 80s maybe, I'm not sure. Another way to stop a toilet tank from sweating is to simply fill it with water warm enough to keep the tank from sweating. And so that's what this did. You would just adjust that so that the water was probably somewhat lukewarm, enough to stop it from sweating. And you wouldn't have that problem anymore. And you can still get versions of these not made by Kohler. They're usually rough, raw brass, and they would be, more than likely, they would be inside the wall or under the floor somewhere. They wouldn't be exposed like this. Obviously, this was meant to be exposed, but basically just a toilet mixing valve. And it's pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.